Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of the Lookout Podcast, joined by two special guests, Callie Adams and my brother Kaleb Barrett, who are future Dancing with the Rodeo Stars competitors, I guess. I mean, you guys are kind of already competitors, but like the official competition hasn't started yet until March 7th, right?
We're future champions, is what we like to say.
That's right.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
that's the attitude.
Winner's mentality. I like it. Yeah. So you guys just got done with practice now, so that's pretty sweet. And how you guys feeling?
Fresh off the floor.
Yeah, pretty good. It's a little bit foreign to us to learn the dance, and no, we're not going to tell you what dance it is because this is a competition.
Yeah,
and so
right.
Kaleb and I, coming from this space, we're out of our comfort zone a little bit, but it's really fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and I guess I forgot to introduce you. Montana Silversmith, Director of Events, right?
Yes, for the
Callie
last
Adams.
18 years.
18 years.
Yes,
Jeez,
I'm
yeah.
an oldie but goodie.
Yeah, I kind of Googled it. I saw like...
You did?
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of creeping on you before you came in here. I was
Just homework.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
little
just
homework.
the
I was
No
like, all right,
stalking, just homework.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, all right,
Yeah,
what's Callie Adams
been a while.
about here?
The best part is that being with Montana Silversmiths and the full support that I have from that team, and then being able to bring Kaleb on board as our Montana Silversmiths endorsee, it just is a great fit. And we've known each other for a long time, and our spouses are okay with this, just so everybody is aware.
Yeah. Yeah, married to not each other, other people.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's what's kind of cool though. Like this whole competition, it's like seeing that Flint's dance with his daughter, Flint Rasmussen,
Yes.
for people who know or don't know. So I think that's really cool. To see all these people get together and for a good cause,
Yes.
raising money for I just said it, Western Sports Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And so Western Sports Foundation is a partnership that we've had through Montana Silversmiths and actually starting with PBR. And so they're raising funds, and it's not just if a cowboy gets hurt in the arena, it's also like life skills. So if they do get hurt, what do they do next? What's their career move? And so
right.
there's financial planning, there's mental wellness, there's certain counseling, there's fitness and a lot of athlete training. They've really taken it the full scope. And so this is to raise funds, and this is the first time they've ever done this, Dancin with the Rodeo Stars. So we have a pretty lofty goal to raise about $80,000.
Okay.
Each team needs to contribute $10,000. So we are in second place on the
I saw
leaderboard,
it, yeah.
Yep.
and we have about 3 weeks to go, exactly as of yesterday.
Dang, you guys are doing good. Well, hopefully this helps. I mean, I got a little bit of following, nothing massive. So
No, thank you for having us.
Yeah,
I guess we should
it's
start
absolutely
with that.
helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I appreciate you guys
thanks
coming
for
on.
having us on.
Yeah, I mean, anything Montana, we're all Montanans, and anything to help, spread. Are you guys? No, I mean, Flint's from Montana too, I guess. So it's not like you guys are the Montana team, I guess. Not really.
I mean, we're kind of like, quoting it as Team Montana
That's
because,
what I was thinking,
yeah,
too.
right?
Yeah.
It makes sense, a little play on words.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I don't know what Flint and Shelby are going to do. Luke and Haley are going to dance.
Is there any trash talk back and forth yet? Are
A
you guys
little.
texting?
Where there's been some texting. There's been some like social media razzing a little
Yeah.
bit with
Yeah.
Luke and Haley, and we did some spoofing of like, what did you watched it the other night?
Yeah, they were like doing the Dirty Dancing like lift scene,
Oh, yeah.
and nobody knows what we're gonna do for a style of dance or anything like that. So they kind of spoofed that a little bit. We just took what they did and basically did the same thing, and we're like, hey, we're doing the same thing,
Yeah,
whatever.
Maybe we're doing the same.
Yeah,
dance,
maybe we're not. I don't know.
And then Kaleb comes in and he says, I have a whole new respect for Patrick Swayze.
Oh yeah, big time. Watch
Yeah.
that whole scene back, dude. So first of all, never thought I'd be learning to dance like this formally.
Yeah.
Like, we do rodeo jitterbugging and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that was a step out of the comfort zone. Great for the brain plasticity, right? Like learning something new, getting out of the comfort zone. Love it. Like get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I dig it. So
Yeah.
that's good. Number one. So yeah, and then number two, like looking at Pat Swayze back on, like I did my homework the other day and watched Dirty Dancing. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this dude, like huge. Already respected him. Like really cool dude, badass martial artist. That guy could dance, man.
Oh yeah, I can move smooth, strong.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Callie did a good job though. Got probably one of the best dancers from Whitehall High School, 2002.
Yeah.
That's right.
2002.
2002.
So impressive. Well, and when I had to talk him into this, right? It wasn't exactly a long conversation. You committed pretty quickly, but I don't know if we knew what we were getting into. And he's like, I've taken many dance classes. And I was like, whoa, you're ahead of me, buddy.
Hit you with the resume. It's like, well, Kelly, if you're interested,
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Prom King
Recruit me.
2002. Yeah. I mean, I must have been able to dance because I was chosen the Prom King.
Yeah. So
Wow.
2 accolades.
Yeah.
From,
Took one Western jitterbug class at the University of Montana. So,
Oh, that's
but that helped. It was helpful.
yeah.
It's been helpful.
Teach you how to move a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
How about?
all
Do you have
about.
any formal training, Kelly?
Absolutely not.
No. Good. Hey, it might be better that way though.
Yeah, I
Improv a
think
little
I'm
bit.
trying to keep an open mind. And I mean, swing dancing kind of comes second nature, but you
Yeah.
have to totally untrain yourself from that movement because it's very upright and the movements, the bottom half of your body, rather than like jerking and twirling your partner around, which is super fun, but it's like an absolute no-no in the ballroom land.
Oh.
And so our teacher, Jen Corbin, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah, shout out to
She
Jen.
is so amazing, and really grateful for her tutoring us.
Yeah, she's amazing coach, and taking two people, brand new moldable, beings that have we have no, like, it would be one thing if we could just go in there and just learning choreography. That'd be one thing, but we're like learning how to take our first steps, literally.
Yeah,
And
because you're
she's-
not like classically trained, so you're going into something that you have no background in at all. And
Right.
Like you were kind of saying, I mean, like imagine if people who are doing more choreography and like the big time, like Patrick Swayze type dancing, it's like you have this, background. Everyone's got a pretty good base where it's
Right.
like we're just kind of whipping each other around on the dance floor, especially at a rodeo, and everyone's energy's up and everyone's pumped,
Yeah, you can do no wrong.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
those other dancers are fundamentally sound, like you said. We didn't even have fundamentals going in, so Jen had to take us and at least get us there first, which was daunting. First session, I'm like, okay, what did we get ourselves into?
I think we went through, like, what are the stages of grief?
Yeah.
We went through, like, we're in denial, like, we can't do this. And then we were angry because, like, we're never going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then today we're, like, kind of euphoric, and we really are dancers. And then we're going to get a reality check tomorrow at
Yeah,
our next session. And
Yeah.
Well, you guys put in overtime tonight, though, like you were saying.
Yes,
So-
we are going to the Sunrise Saloon to have a beverage and dance on our own.
Yeah.
So wish
Yeah.
us luck.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that'd be good. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how many people are doing that though. Dance lessons and then overtime at the Sunrise. I mean,
That's right.
I think you guys might have a little advantage of what I'm saying here.
Well, everybody out there in this competition, they better be looking out.
That's right.
Because we're putting the time in.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
We didn't. Well, we were talking about it earlier today. Kelly and I, when we enter to win. We're not just entering.
Yeah.
We're not just showing up. We're showing down.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're showing
like
up
it.
and showing out.
Showing out. I like it.
Showing up, showing out.
All the way down to Texas, right? Yeah. Where's it taking place again?
Yes,
Texas?
so March 7th, it'll be at Tannehill's Tavern, and that's in Fort Worth. It's a beautiful facility. They have concerts. It's a big dance hall, essentially. And so it starts at 7 p.m. It will be live streamed.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
not sure exactly which platform just yet. They're kind of keeping that on the down low, but we have a dress rehearsal that day, and then it's showtime.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, we'll find out. And I'll, if you share it with me, and I'll share it to other folks, and we'll get it out there and because I know people, especially around Montana, like the Cowboy Channel and everything, like even Montana Silversmiths involved. People are behind, so I think people will be pumped to.
Oh, yeah.
To watch it if they not too people can travel this time of year, but
Right.
at least be able to stream would be great because originally I thought that we wouldn't get a chance to see it. We just kind of hear later on from you guys like how it went. So I'm pretty excited that we get to.
Oh, there'll be
stream
some
it.
watch parties from what I've heard. It's going to be wild. Well, and we'll provide the link to for our site, and then
Oh, cool.
folks that can, $10, whatever you can donate to the cause.
Yeah.
And then if you do so, Kaleb and I have hopefully we'll be in that top spot. There's a fan favorite award.
Oh.
So the couple that raises the most funds, I don't know what the award is. It could be a stick of gum, but
Yeah.
we're still going to raise the
Still-
money.
Yeah,
Looking to
trophy,
win.
the trophy.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
you know?
and then the mirror ball trophy is for the dance couple, and the judges have no idea what they're doing either. They're not like professionals. They don't come from a dance background. There's a PBR coach, the CEO from Teton Ridge. She's a judge. Caitlin Davis, she's a judge, and she's like a Western influencer. So they're all coming from different walks of life. And Kirby, she's from Cowboy Channel. She's the MC. So there's a lot of industry buzz about this. And so there's a whole host of people coming from Silversmiths. And so no pressure. No pressure.
Yeah,
at
no
all.
pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot. Man, that's so cool though, because rodeo and dancing seem to go hand in hand. Every rodeo has a dance afterwards, so it's like this is super cool and feels like traditional. Like it's kind of weird that it's 2024 and now we're having a dance competition with rodeo folks. It feels like it should have been something that's been around forever. Maybe it used to be. I don't know. I don't know my history enough, but yeah, it seems awesome. I'm stoked. I'm really glad that I know people that are competing too.
Yeah, we're going to do our best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna we'll have fun. Like we were talking, we're gonna show up.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
there's something theatrical that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just a dance. Like we're going to turn it into a bit of a show.
Oh, that'd be
And that's a
awesome.
big secret,
Yeah,
big reveal.
let's say,
Yeah, we
don't
have
give
some-
too much away, right?
No,
Mm-mm.
no.
No.
There's a little mystery involved, and yeah, you gotta show. You
And
gotta.
that's
check
kind
it
of how
out and see.
everybody's playing it too. Everyone's kind of like keeping their cards. No one's.
Yeah,
giving
no
anything
one's
up.
revealed. Like there's a site, like a Dropbox portal, where we put in our song choice and our dance choice, but we haven't seen anybody else's yet, and they're keeping that pretty tight. Like even we filmed some bloopers so that no one knows what we're doing, and everyone else is doing that too.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That makes
Everybody's
it
trying
fun.
to throw each other out. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. It's fun.
Yeah,
But
but
we're
a
gonna
little
do the
buzz.
polka.
Oh,
Yeah. I
know, yeah.
That'd be,
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah. I mean, Wisconsin.
Square dance.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the Midwest to be on. You
Yeah.
probably went over the Midwest.
Oh my gosh! And the whole thing, we have to have costumes, so
Yeah.
Oh,
we
really?
can't tell you what those are, but we had to order special costumes, and of course our lessons, and so everybody's putting in some time too.
Yeah, a lot goes into it. I mean, you see like the traditional like Dancing with the Stars and all the stuff
Oh
that
my
goes
gosh!
up to it.
I went,
You know?
I went
There's a
down the
level
rabbit
of
hole.
commitment,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and then you
They're
realize
so good.
what those guys did. And granted, they had professionals with them, with a celebrity who's just starting off brand new, but you start to realize the level of commitment that was going on there, right?
Yeah, because you can see the change right when the celebrity first shows up, like, "Hey, I'm here," and then
Yeah.
can't barely dance, and then by the competition, they look like a professional dancer.
Yeah.
Some of them,
And they're like 8 or 9 hours a day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a full-time gig
Yeah.
at that
I
level.
imagine you're sore after your first one. Like,
I know, I'm kind of sore now.
that's what I was kind of thinking. Yeah, all those little muscles.
Like your shoulders and things you don't think you've used before, and just the hip movements, pointing your
Yeah.
toes.
Yeah, it's not the same posture. It's not the same movement. And you're holding yourself in a position at all times, right? Like you're
Yeah.
always achieving a posture the whole time. So it's just, like you said, you don't carry yourself naturally that way. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, and then with the rhythm of the dance and everything else going on,
Yeah.
and not getting too robotic with it,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's all the things.
really
All
hard.
the things. All the things we're learning right now. Yeah.
Which makes it really fun.
Yeah.
Man, this is the first one, right? You said.
This is the
Yeah, the
first,
very first one.
hopefully first annual. They may change the format a tad, and they're going to learn a lot through this too. But of course, they're taking it very seriously, and we're in contact via text with all of the organizers. And they did a kind of a walkthrough dress rehearsal just with the production team already. So we're going to have lighting. I mean, there's going to be a full sound. It's going to be like the whole audio visual is amazing.
That's so cool, man. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm so pumped for you guys. I'm
nervous.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm nervous for you guys too, because
But
I
it
think
wouldn't
about
be
me.
if we didn't care, we wouldn't be nervous.
Yeah, 100% correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really neat, and it's great to be invited to do something that's the first annual fundraising event. So
Yeah.
it's great that we were selected, and we overcommitted, but it's okay.
No,
Yeah,
that's
it's-
good. Yeah,
it's
it's
all
really
good.
good, especially to volunteer something like early like this, for something, and the community stuff. Like Rodeo's got their community. Like I'm from the fire side of things, community, and don't worry about that. It's not a big deal.
Loud.
Yeah, it's all right. keep wake people up there.
Yeah.
Sneeze while they're
Tink my
driving.
water bottle.
Yeah. Montana Silversmiths.
That's right. Beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. But yeah, so I mean, like bringing the community thing together, and all like gatherings, and the older you get, the more, at least for me, it's easier for me to stay inside. Like, just hang out and not do much. But you got an event to get ready for, to get you active, and keeps you in shape as you get older and stuff too. So I think this is really cool in a bunch of different ways. And then tying that back into the Western Sports
Yes.
Foundation. I don't know why I'm struggling with that so much. But I kind of cut you off earlier, but you were talking about all the different things. It's not just like rehab from injury. It's like how to set your life up. Because I just saw like that 18-year-old fella who just put like 90 on. Was it a bull ride? I can't remember the kid's name. I was like, holy cow, like this 18-year-old kid. And I could imagine my 18-year-old self getting burst into the scene like that and with no life experience. So having something like the Western Sports Foundation is pretty awesome.
And it's not just with PRCA or PBR. It could be any cowboy or a cowgirl in any. It could be a junior rodeo, and you get hurt and you need some support.
Huge.
And it's like little to no cost for those athletes. So the more money we raise just goes right back to them.
Yeah, that's huge. And to change the game of rodeo is changing. It's evolving. You need to be a professional athlete. You should prepare that way if you're going to go in any level of rodeo, especially if you want to achieve the highest level that you can.
Yeah.
The PRCA, the PBR, you want to approach it as a professional. And that's how you have to learn how to manage yourself down the road. Yeah, how do I get down the road and still maintain the funds to do it? Because we're paying entry fees to go get entered, right? I mean, I'm a contract personnel member, so I've got to figure out, can I travel to and from this distance and still make money to pay for my bills, my food, my family, everything at home.
Yeah.
So that's part of what they're doing. I like the fact that they're bringing a holistic approach to, because there's no facet for that in rodeo. We don't really have that, right? Really, I saw a huge deal about the NBA and how many guys are broke after they played the NBA because they had no management skills, right?
Exactly.
So it's not just for that respect, but the idea that they're bringing it into the Western fold, huge to me. I think I want to see it go on. Right now where I'm at in my career, I want to see the next generation come on. That's part of my legacy, and I love seeing this happen.
Yeah, absolutely. You always want the next generation to do have better, do better, you know, opportunities and health, you know, like, I mean, like you were saying, the injury that, you know, you get as a young kid, you get some injury that you don't know anything about and don't know how to rehab it. And the old way was just, you know, dirt on it and just keep going. But like you were saying, I mean, that's going to affect your, you know, whatever you're doing, you know, like whether you're roping, barrels, whatever, you know, like, you know, you injure something, like say your knee and you're a barrel racer, you're not going to be able to get in those corners as well and ride, you know, get up on that saddle and you know, ride as good as you normally would. So it's like that's money out of your pocket that you're losing, and you know, your well-being and maybe your career, you know.
And there's so much more that goes into it with just, yes, there's the opportunity for the athletes, but also the development and what they have available now in social media and being, you know, trained to come onto a podcast or to be interviewed by the Cowboy Channel, you know, and so this just gives them more of those skills to be marketable, because when they approach us as a sponsor at Montana Silversmiths, and even like with Kaleb as an endorsee, what can you do for the brand, as opposed to what the brand can do for you, and how much you can give back to the industry if you are well versed and educated and poised and trained and feel confident in what you can do in the arena and outside of the arena. Then, you know, you're very marketable, and they're really kind of leading the charge with the up and comers, because you have to be. It's just moving so quickly, and you have to be ready for that.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's part of the evolution, man. It
totally.
is changing, and you have to, Callie, that is dead on. You have to be ready to be able to be marketable, be a professional.
Yeah, be an adult, you know, like I said, that, you know, that young fella, 18 years old, coming into it, and I don't know anything about him, so I don't know how he is, but like I just picture my own 18-year-old self, and all of a sudden, like, imagine sponsorships.
You're
like,
thrust into the spotlight, and you're like, the pressure is intense, and you have to be able to manage that.
Yeah, and then got to think of like a sponsorship like Montana Silversmith, and be like, well, I got to, you know, make sure I act appropriately and don't do something foolish, and then lose like a sponsorship, you know, because like you said,
Because news travels so fast. I mean, one thing in the social media, you're gone.
Oh, yeah, especially in the rodeo world, too. It's a very tight-knit group. It's a tight-knit family, and it's got, you know, it's a double-edged sword. It's a great thing because it is family. So you just, you know, act right, do well, and, you know, have the idea, what can I do to help those that are helping me out? We also need to bring that into the fold. You know, everybody's like, oh, this next generation. I'm sure our parents did the same thing. But I think in the younger generation, we need to see the idea of gratitude and giving as well. Yeah. You know, like be thankful for it, and then think about, okay, these people are helping me out. How can I apply that to them too?
Yeah, and giving back. I mean, just like this competition, you know, like you guys have been involved in rodeo for so long that now you guys get a chance to like do something else to spread, you know, more of the good word, more popularity for the sport, you know, and I think that's another thing like you guys kind of touched on too, is that like rodeo athletes, they're not just like cowboys and cowgirls, these athletes, you know, so it's bring that awareness, and from that old timey kind of idea of like, you know, throwing hay to jumping on a horse and competing, you know, like it's different now. It's not like that anymore. You got to be in shape, because otherwise you're not going to win, you know.
Right, because the next guy is going to be in the gym if you're not, and you're working on something. Yeah,
that's exactly. Apply the idea that the other person is training harder than you. That needs to be applied, and it is now. The game is changing.
Yeah, totally.
You know.
Well, and then you said too they help with your mental game too, right? The Western Sports Foundation, right? Yeah. Dang, I don't know why.
No, you got it.
You got it.
Right.
Just keep going with
But
it.
yeah, but I mean, like, so they even help with like a little bit of the mental game too, right? So I mean, that's a big part of it when you are that young person coming on the scene, when you have all this pressure and be able to keep your cool and perform it, you know, every weekend or, you know, night in, night out rodeos, and not too many people. No one's really wired for that, you know, like some people can kind of pull through it, but man, it's a lot, you know, and to be able to have your mental game on par too with all that, and they offer that too, right?
Absolutely. And whether it's counseling or if it's financial support, or, you know, it could be anything, marital trouble with, you know, being on the road so many days and you need to see your family, and Good point. You could be, you know, taking a step back into so much pressure, and a depression can, you know, so it's all of those things that they teach you how to manage and develop so that you have a strong mental game.
Yeah, that's
and
a
it's
really
neat
point.
with being able to have a personal connection to this, because I have family members coming out of the woodwork to support us who don't even know what Western Sports Foundation is, and that's the whole point. You know, so with Silversmiths and two of us, we're able to bring this out to our network, and people just learning more about it. It's a win-win.
Yeah,
absolutely.
totally.
A little bit of awareness, right?
Yeah, a little bit of awareness. Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, more people be aware of it. Like you say, you know, like the next younger kids generation that are junior high school, you know, rodeo athletes. And then maybe their parents see you guys, and then they're like, oh, well, now we know, like, if our kid needs some help making that transition, maybe even to college, like you were saying, and Western Sports Foundation, hit them up, and if you need a little help, you know, that's a big deal.
And they can always, which we've gotten inquiries to, reach out to Silversmiths as far as how are you involved, or hey, my kid's in college rodeo and we're looking for some sponsorship or endorsement, or what does this look like? And just to help them, these are the steps in place that you need to be working on. And so all in all, this has been so awesome, and we haven't even competed yet.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's been good that way too.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and now, I mean, just like we were talking, give you a chance to give back a little bit, and I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. What time do you guys got to get out of here?
You're fine. We've got a good 10 minutes.
Already, yeah. I'll definitely take all your 10 minutes then. But like the mental game you're talking about in the road, because in the fire side of things, we're kind of the same way, just road warriors. So like being gone and then having to make that adjustment after a fire season, just like rodeo season, where it's like you know what you're going to do every day because you got like this rodeo lineup, then this rodeo, because all the dates are set up for the year, right, as a rodeo athlete.
Yeah.
So you have all these,
Yep.
you have your however many months planned out, longer than a fire season, and then all of a sudden it stops, and you have a break, and it's like, what do I do with my hands?
Yeah.
You're just at home, and have to try to reconnect, and especially if you got a family and like get involved, and maybe your spouse has been kind of running the ship, so maybe they don't really want you in the way because they already got a system. So it's like all that kind of stuff, and having someone like Western Sports Foundation is huge to be able to kind of lean on a little bit, like, hey, I'm struggling. Any tips?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a phenomenal partnership for us in Silversmiths, being with them since their inception, because they were Rider Relief Fund for the first few years as a connection to PBR, and now they are more global and widespread to impact all sports and all kind of disciplines.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had no idea. Is that recent, or has that been?
I'm trying to think if it's been, and Aubrey can correct me, it's probably been, you know how time goes.
Yeah,
it could have been
totally.
4 years, it could have been 6 years.
Yeah.
But somewhere in that range,
Yeah.
where they rebranded and became, more of, I guess it just would be like a conglomerate of everything in all the areas that they touch.
Right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool.
It's a very well-run organization.
Yeah, and that's better for everybody too, right? To spread out and not be so like one-dimensional,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. And then I meant to ask you this earlier, and kind of sporadic, but kind of seems how my podcast go. But so you initially got approached to do Dancing with the Rodeo Stars.
Mm-hmm.
How did it start? How did that happen?
Well, we have I guess it's our current agreement with Western Sports Foundation for a sponsorship. And we have just like a monthly chat and get together type of call to see where we're at
Yeah.
and how we can best help each other. And so Aubrey and I set up a call, and she goes, we're doing this really neat idea for this fundraiser. Do you want to be a part of it? Thinking we would donate a set of buckles and spurs and jewelry and something that would help raise some funds. And she's like, no, you're going to be in it. Is that something you want to do?
So you got volunteered?
I said, sure. Yeah, I got voluntold.
Voluntold.
No, in all fairness, I saw it on social. And so I did ask her about it. She's like, yep, we are looking for more teams. We want to have 7 teams total. And at that time, it was about like a week old that it just had hit social.
Yeah.
It caught my attention. So I mentioned it on the call, and she's like, would you like to do it? I said, yep.
Awesome.
Not knowing.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
like 3 days later, because it's difficult, because Caleb's got a rodeo schedule and trying to fit in when we could practice, when would make sense, traveling. I drove a blizzard last night to get here. I mean, it's a whole thing,
Yeah.
so that we could get together. And so he committed, and here we are.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it.
It's been wild.
But I love the attitude too. You're like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah,
You know?
100%.
Yeah.
I
And
probably
then-
would have said yes, but I would have been a lot more nervous about it.
Well, I am now. At the time, I was like, this sounds great. You know how it is. And the next day you sleep on it, you're like, what did I do?
Yeah. Wait a minute. What? Yeah, I got to
Yeah.
go to Texas. And
Yeah. But it is the same weekend. In all fairness, I was going to be in Texas anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So it worked out for a lot of the athletes, because the first night, Thursday night, is the competition. Friday night is the Cowgirl 30 Under 30. It's the Cowgirl magazine, where they honor 30 women under 30 that have made impacts in the industry.
Oh, cool.
They have that gala that next night on Friday night, and then Saturday night is the American.
Dang,
So it kicks
yeah.
off the rodeo weekend.
Man.
Yeah, it fits
And
in
so-
there perfect.
So busy.
Totally.
Yeah.
Rodeo really doesn't seem to have a break. You
No.
know?
No, especially for Callie. She doesn't like. I
That's
get
what I was
a couple
thinking.
months where it's a little bit open. No, Callie's
And it
like,
sounds like I travel a lot. I'm about an event a month, and I couldn't do this without my family, same as Caleb, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of support at
Yep.
home. And
Yeah, that's huge.
And so it looks like I'm gone all of the time. I'm really strategic in where I go now. After 18 years, I can be a little choosy.
Yeah.
And having, because we support small, medium, and large rodeos. Like, everybody is treated the same with their awards and the impact that they have. And
Yeah,
so
very cool.
and I'm on the buckle side more so than the jewelry and the retail side, but just thinking big picture. And
Man.
it's kind of wild to have Silversmiths as large as we are in Columbus, Montana,
Yes.
150 employees right on the Yellowstone River. I mean, we're really, really rural.
That is,
I did
and
not
it's
know it was like
super
Columbus,
cool.
Montana.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
Yeah, for 51 years. I mean, this is our
amazing.
51st anniversary.
Well, I know I'm blown away every year I see one of your buckles. You know, like Caleb having the the Montana Circuit Finals forever, and they're on display at the Heritage, right?
Yes.
And it's like every year. I mean, even better than the year before. It feels like, but not like better in a different way though. Like the year before is still awesome, but like better in a different way. I don't know. Maybe
It's
not
changing.
better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just awesome. Like
Different
'cause
designs, different aspects.
Yeah.
It's always intriguing to go like there as a contestant or a personnel member and be like, man, you just like, it's like Christmas. You're looking for what do they look like this year?
Yeah.
It's like
that's
part of the
cool.
aspect of
Exactly.
going there.
Yeah.
Because you're at the Heritage, they're going to be in those cool glass cases in the middle.
That's the first
And-
thing I want to do is go look at those
Yeah,
buckles.
I'm like I'm still a kid at heart, but like if I got the unreal fortune to be selected to go there, part of the lead up and the joy and like, I don't know what was so special is to like take that walk across the big ballroom and look inside those display cases and be like, whoa. And it's just like, it's like treasure in there. It's so beautiful. Like you see all these buckles and all their cool wooden cases with, I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
Thanks.
they do it. You set the standard.
buckles are amazing,
You do
yeah.
it right.
Thank you.
You know?
And we have a saying at Silversmiths, I'm sure you've heard it before, and there's a brand of champions, and every buckle has a story.
Yeah. I love
and
that.
it's so good because everybody does have a different feeling of what that means to them, and even for us, it's like the champions behind the champions. So being able to provide buckles to personnel, to world champions, to the 4-H kid, to anyone,
Yeah.
that has earned it, and it just means different things to different people.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm so glad we came out because the buckle thing, and I didn't put in the right words. It's like it's not better. It's just like different. It's like
It's elevated.
but yeah,
I don't know.
You see it, because you see it every year, and it's like, how does it get better than that? And then you get the next year, and you're like, how does it get better than that? It's
Aw,
like
thanks.
they're so amazing.
Every
It's a lot
story,
of-
everything's different.
Yeah, like you said, story. Yeah.
Creativity, design, materials, style. And it's funny, just like fashion history repeats itself, and buckles are so subjective. You might love a rose gold finish and Caleb likes a sterling silver antique. It just depends on who we are speaking to. It's the same story told differently depending on the audience there. But and that's why I think I love what I do,
Yeah.
because the buckles we build for Cheyenne are different than Pendleton's, than Salinas, than Arlie and Ronan, Montana. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
So
just everybody
cool.
has a different personality.
Yeah.
And we're really working ahead and catering to them more than we ever have. So I'm really proud of our PRCA partners and all of our partners.
Yeah.
We do buckles for, events that you don't even think of, like National Reining Horse Association, the WPRA. We do Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation buckles. I was just here for a meeting with them. And so it's outdoor industry, not just Western. Corporate gifts. We do a lot of fundraising and government agencies and conservation accounts. And it's not just
That's awesome.
Western. Like a lot of things are like novelty. Like people love buckles.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be an athlete to earn one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool, and it kind of part of your personality. And then, but if you are like an athlete to earn one, it's cool because you get to wear your trophy around your waist, And
Yeah, it's a cowboy business card.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like you can see at a glance who does what, when, and where, and how.
Yeah.
I straight up had a guy do that to me at a hot springs recently. My wife, honestly, it was so cool. It was so rad. She took me over to a hot springs, Quinn's Hot Springs. So cool.
Oh, beautiful.
Walk in there, and this dude like looks me up and down wearing my buckle. He stares directly at it, and it's like my little calling card. Like, well, he knows I'm a bullfighter now. I guess.
Which is fine unless
Yeah.
you're a woman at 10:30 at night in a bar
Yeah.
looking at a buckle. I'm like, this is my job.
Yeah.
And they,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, what's your name? I'm like, no.
No.
Just trying to.
Not you, it's the buckle.
Just trying to check that out.
Yeah.
exactly.
Happened to me before. Yeah.
Yeah, I can
That is
understand.
awesome.
Probably happens a lot to a lot of people, especially like a Montana Silversmith buckle that catches your eye. I mean,
Oh, 100%. I can spot it from a mile away.
Yeah, totally.
You'll
Oh,
know
I
the
that
stuff.
one.
Yep. I've seen that one before.
So cool. Well, it's something about a company too. Like you've created something that you can uniquely build something for anything that somebody wants.
Yeah.
That's a level where there's a lot of artisans, a lot of businesses that don't ever get to that level where like somebody legitimately can walk up to Kelly and be like, I'm a ping pong champion and I want to build a buckle for this. And Kelly would be like, all right, here you go. And what do you like? And let's build a template and here we go. They can do it's like
It is wild.
that's
It is
phenomenal.
wild.
We built
It's
buckles
next-
for Santa Claus.
Really?
We've done like the USA Women's Wrestling Tournament recently.
Oh,
like,
really?
who'd have thought? Mhm.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Very
anything.
cool.
Ping
anything.
pong's good. Pool, billiards. We've done.
Darts.
I think it was some what?
Darts.
Darts. Oh yes, and there's one that's like a baseball tournament coming up.
Oh, really?
Really?
It's some like national. Yes, and
Buckles are the coolest
International,
trophy,
too.
by the way.
I think so too.
In my opinion, they're like the next level. These guys do buckles and spurs a lot. You see spurs as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's old school. I love because it's unique, right? Like athletes, contestants, they want to go out and win, but when it's something different too, that's also cool.
Yeah.
Another deal about the buckle, right? When it's a different looking buckle, you're like, all right. And or the same sometimes. Like if you go to Cheyenne, the buckle's going to look the same all the time. And you're going to see that buckle, like if you're within the rodeo world, you're going to look across and be like, holy cow, that dude won Cheyenne in 1956.
Same thing
That
with
is-
the gold buckles.
Yeah,
Caleb, you're right. I mean, the
exactly.
NFR, the PRCA gold buckles, those will never change.
Ever.
And so Reba McEntire just sang the national anthem of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
She was wearing her dad's gold buckle. He won the Steer Open
What?
3 years. So 1956, 57, and 61.
Holy cow.
She was wearing his 1957 world champion buckle. We weren't around then to make that one.
Yeah.
However, the design hasn't changed.
Design, yeah.
So we took
very
over the
cool.
contract in 1999, and the buckles, I mean, they've been the same.
Is that right?
Since the 50s.
Oh, I never knew that.
That is so
Not
cool,
rad.
Callie.
That
Yeah.
is rad.
I know.
I am-
It's pretty phenomenal. Just the buckle,
Yeah.
I can geek out, but buckle history
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah, it's so cool. Like that's why I love this podcast and just podcasting in general because I did not see that coming. That is very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I just did wherever the day takes you. I
You
don't
could
know.
legitimately have a whole nother episode with Callie just on.
Oh,
My brain
Lord,
is just
I'd do
spinning
it.
on belt buckles right now.
Yeah, right.
You
Yeah.
know? Oh
You
my
could
God.
legitimately have a
I
whole
love
nother
it.
one.
They're my favorite.
Yeah, it's so cool, especially the history and I like, two generation or second generation, right? Reba's dad, and then she's supporting me at one of the biggest events in the world. You know, wearing his belt buckle. Like,
Queen, yes.
yeah, Queen.
Queen.
So cool.
Awesome.
And so proud of it. It's like, like if he won something else, a different trophy and something else, she's not going to bring that on stage with her,
Right. No, she's amazing. And we were just really, even though it wasn't our buckle, like perpetuating that Western lifestyle to people
Yeah.
who don't understand it
Yeah.
and just being herself. And so we were very proud of her. I do not know her personally, but I was like, yay, Reba.
Yeah.
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 Thank you for
yeah.
doing that. Just because it adds some more legitimacy to our business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. And I felt a few years ago that rodeo was needing some good press, and I feel like it's coming back in a good
Oh
way.
my God, Western is trending like crazy.
Yeah. Everybody.
Beyonce, Post Malone,
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Well,
Laney, of course.
We go anywhere
Laney,
now
yeah.
too, and rodeos. Thank goodness, because that's what drives our business. Rodeos are selling out before the events happen,
Well, it's one of the
and it's great.
And we have to embrace it. Like, I know I'm probably going to be a little controversial because, like, Beyonce coming out with, and we're going way off track, but
Yeah,
coming
no,
out
it's all
with, like,
good.
a Western album that some people are looking at as she's kind of, it's like a satire and she's poking fun at things. But I don't think she's going down that road, in that she's from Texas. I've listened to the songs. Yeah, they're catchy. I mean, they're not real Western and not real core, but we can't gatekeep the industry.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so if we are going to keep things alive, because it is slowly, our generations and slowly passing along, and even buckles and the artisanship, and there's just not people that wake up tomorrow want to engrave buckles.
Yeah.
It's a lost art. And we have to, yes, preserve and protect the heritage that we have. That's super important. But also let people in to see that.
Yes.
Yeah. I
And it's a
totally
really
agree.
fine line.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Well, like the people coming into a rodeo, and God bless you for coming in there with your brand new hat on. I want you to wear your cowboy hat, by the way. I think it's great.
Yeah,
You may
do it.
not have ridden a horse. You may not have ever been a part of any of that, and your hat might be on backwards. But we want you to support rodeo too.
Yeah,
And
come
how
on.
are we supposed to invite you into the culture if we don't invite you in, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's invite you in, but also we're going to try to help you to preserve it. Like, okay, I'm not being mean, but we're going to help you put your hat on correctly, and maybe shape it up a little bit. And
Yeah.
I mean, I want you to wear your hat at the rodeo. That's why you're coming there.
Yeah,
Put on
yeah.
your Western attire, be a part of it. But also too, like, respect what you want to be a part of it, so respect it as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
preserve
traditions
it.
and stuff. Yeah.
And honestly, those are our customers. We want those women or men who see Reba wearing that buckle, or who have listened to Beyonce, who go and get their own buckle with
Yeah.
a B on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are our
Exactly.
people.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we really need to embrace that culture that is trending and so hot, and that it's kind of showing them that it's here to stay, and that it makes a difference.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think once people figure out,
Just
like,
the values and the heritage, and just it's
I was
America.
gonna say
It
America,
is.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I was
America.
gonna say. America and family, like, I think once people realize that there isn't a gate, just get in the rodeo community and the Western lifestyle, like, we're ready for you. Come on in. I think back when maybe it was just on me when I was a kid, like, I felt like there was, like, you're not country enough, like, you gotta, like, measure how your country is, but not like
But also
what truck
being,
you're driving, all this
yeah,
whatever,
just being respectful, because
Yeah.
there's a certain, there's hardcore cowboys, and that are incredibly impressive and have worked their whole lives for that craft.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we want to pay tribute to that too.
Totally.
That's right.
Yeah, and I think you guys probably do with the Montana Silversmiths, some of your ads and stuff and the posters and stuff you throw up. I think I saw like one a while back, like from a branding or something maybe. Like,
Oh, sure.
Was.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it could, like you said, it could have been years and years ago. I'm trying to remember all the flow or everything, but like that kind of stuff, like traditional branding
It's
is
so important for us to be authentic. And
Yep.
shout out to Judy Wagner.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's recently transitioned to like a brand advocate role, but she's been my boss and my mentor for 18 years. And so she was and still is guiding our principals. And so we want to make sure anything for our photo shoots, like we have had Kaleb come, we've had Dusty Tuckness, a lot of our endorsees, we've had Ty Erickson and his wife Sierra. We did a whole pitch about, you can be yourself. You can still go and dress up and go out at night, but then you're open in the morning and you're taking care of cows, and then you're taking care of kids. Like all these things, you can do it all.
Yeah.
But being authentic and being genuine to our core is super important to us. So we're not going to lose that. We're still a Western company, but yet it's beautiful jewelry and it appeals to everybody.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like
That's
you could
outstanding.
be wading through some cow shit in the morning, and then
For
like
sure.
you said, like but at night polishing your buckle and in your boots and getting out on the dance floor.
You got it.
Yeah, it's
On the dance floor. Haha.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah, well, that's probably a good place to wrap it up. Otherwise, I'll keep you all night. But
Yeah.
you guys got overtime to put in some
Yep.
dancing tonight.
We're going to work on the craft.
Yeah.
That's right. We're going to nail it. I'm
Oh, yeah.
excited for us.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
break a leg.
That's right.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I was
don't
gonna
do
say it
that.
to you, but yeah, no,
Oh, funny.
This is great. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you guys. Anything else you guys want to throw out there before we wrap it up?
No, just go out there if you can. One more time, we'll just put out there, vote. Just vote for us and help us out. Help raise the funds. The beauty about this whole thing, the whole reason we're here is we're helping out a nonprofit that are helping the next generation. So that's the coolest part. So
Yeah.
just a reminder to go vote, help us out, and stay tuned. Look for where it's going to stream. Because
Yeah.
we're gonna definitely show out.
Yeah, March 7th, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
And I think, for folks who are maybe in the area planning on travel, I want to say I think it was Aubrey talking of $30 a ticket, I think.
Yes.
So-
Yes, it's $30 a ticket. You can do a VIP ticket for $100 with some extra like zhuzh.
Yeah.
But it's very affordable to go, and I know that all the donations are going to be taken the day of, so it can be anything up until the day of.
Oh, perfect.
And I was going to get some more info for you here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm glad it could be your first podcast too, Callie. I didn't bring that up earlier, but
Yes, thank
yeah,
you.
Yeah, but that's why I appreciate you joining me.
broken the seal, as they
Yeah.
say. Let's see. Yeah, it's westernsportsfoundation.org.
westernsportsfoundation.org. Perfect.
Mhm.
All right, yeah, folks, look up that, and if you can, support and check it out March 7th. Appreciate you all tuning in.
Thank you.
Thanks.